my take is, if you come down first as a single person before bringing your spouse and your children, then by that time you would have known which area do you want to stay. Do you want to stay at the city center or you want to stay at the countryside? You know the amount, the rents are not the same. And again, the both spouse can now prepare themselves on how they are going to spend their resources together. In my previous video, we made an analysis because we did it together. I showed you all the pay slip and what is obtainable. I told you the rent, the feeding, like a rough estimate of what is happening here in Portugal. The reality. Like, I got DMs from people saying, does it mean that single parents should not come along with their kids? Like, it's just a video, someone requested for it and I made it, and it's the fact. Okay, today I'm going to talk about an estimate of a person, like a student coming down to Portugal before bringing in your family. Okay, like you're not bringing your child or your children along with you. So this video is for you to estimate yourself, for you to know what is obtainable here in Portugal. But before we dive into the video, if you're just coming across my channel or my video for the first time, you're welcome. I'm Doris, or simply call me Bayobi. I make videos about study. I talk about my experiences here in Portugal, and also I talk about migrations. If this is the kind of content that you've been searching for, then you are in the right community, because you're going to get the first-hand information. Okay, so if you have not subscribed, do well by clicking on the subscribe button. Turn on your post notifications so that you would always be notified whenever I put up educative video or informative video. Thank you. So friends, we're still going to use the pay slip we used in the previous video. If you have not watched the video, I'm going to drop the link, so check it out if you're coming along with your children. Okay, that's a single parent coming along with their children. Okay, so let's use this pay slip. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so we are assuming that this particular student got a job in a factory, or you got a remote job. The minimum wage, as we all know, is 760. Okay, if you have 760 and your feeding allowance, because in Portugal the feeding allowance is also there, that's a lunch. Okay, so let's assume the particular student is receiving 3.5. You can see that place they wrote supplementary alibi, something like that. Okay, so let's assume 3.5 times 30, which is 105. 60 plus 105 will give us 865. So a single student is going home, and after all the deductions, maybe the take home is now 780, 790, okay, or 800, depending on how the feeding allowances you're collecting. But for this particular person, it is 105 per month. Okay, so let's say your take home is now 780, 790. And remember, I've said as a student that you might miss class, you might miss work because of classes. Okay, there are some that their classes are in the evening. There are some, like during my time, it was on Thursdays and Fridays. The Thursday is in the afternoon, so I could work from Monday to Thursday 12 p.m. So it means that I've missed a day, 1.5 days. So for example, the student tried his best to complete the whole day. So your take home is 780. If you remove your accommodation, mostly accommodation ranges, because it's a shared apartment, 250. Let's say some with bills 250, some let's say 280. Let's assume that this person, particular student, is 280. So 790 minus 280, you have 510. Okay, 510. You've removed bills, you've removed your accommodation, and you're left with 510. Okay, let's assume again that this person, this student, you know how to manage well, you can manage yourself, it's only you yourself without any attachment. Let's assume your feeding would be ranging around, let's say, 150 euros. Okay, 150 euros, 0, 6, 4. So that you're left with 360 euros, right? And some of them, I know some students would say, oh, can I pay my tuition fee? If fortunately you got a job and your days are complete, like you went a full month without missing any date, okay, you're now left with 360. And for example, your tuition fee is 2,500 euros. That's 250. And that's why I would always advise students that try and pay up. I know it's not easy, but it's advisable that you try and pay up your tuition fee before coming down. It will really, really help you a lot. It will save you a whole lot of thinking. So you are having 360 euros with you. It's a whole lot of money if you can save it well, because one, you as a student, you want to get accommodation within the school area, within the school vicinity, around that side, depending on your school. But most students would want to take a school accommodation around the school area. You are having 360. And as a single person, you are not with your kid, you are not with your child, you are not with any children. Sometimes you can have a part-time job Saturday and Sunday. You want to work. There are people that get such job. If you're fortunate to get such, it means you are adding more euros to you. You are not spending your time on your children, you're not spending your time on anybody, just yourself. Everything is all about, if you have time to do the part-time job and you get one, then fine. It means with the 360, maybe you are earning more money again. You see, it's really helping. And that was why I said it's easier for someone who is single than someone who has attachment, like your children coming with you. But then if it's your spouse, you are with your spouse, then you are even making more money than someone who came alone without the spouse, who came with the children. I'm sure you understand what I meant when I made that video. Okay, so it's easier for a student to do that kind of job and being able to save money or sending money back home. I'm sure this video would help one or two persons on how to calculate his or her resources. Peradventure you get a job in Portugal. And if this video have done that, then don't forget to give this video a like. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? And to getting informative video, yes, I know you are. So click on the subscribe button and see you in my next video. Bye. Ciao.